في رجلي وفي صبيعي.
We now move over east, but stay in the Indo-Pacific, where China has announced sanctions against Japanese lawmaker Seki Hei, a move that has been condemned by Tokyo as an unacceptable attempt to stifle free expression. Seki Hei, known by his Chinese name Xi Ping, is a China-born Japanese citizen and reportedly an outspoken critic of the Chinese Communist Party. China's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Lin Juan has said that the sanctions serve as a strong punishment and warning, citing alleged false statements made by Seki on issues including Taiwan, the Diaoyu Islands and Xinjiang, Tibet and Hong Kong. China claims these actions interfered in its internal affairs and harmed its sovereignty and territorial integrity. China will, from September the 8th, freeze any property owned by Seki Hei in the country and bar Chinese organizations and individuals from conducting business or cooperation with him. He and his family will also be denied visas and entry into mainland China, Hong Kong and Macau. Let's listen in to what the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson had to say on the issue.
石平曾拥有中国国籍，他赴日并取得日本国籍后，大肆散布虚假信息，同日本反华势力沆瀣一气，大肆攻击抹黑中国，在台湾、钓鱼岛、历史、涉藏、涉疆、涉港等问题上发表极端消极言论。当选国会议员后，公然参拜靖国神社，严重违背中日4个政治文件精神和一个中国原则，严重干涉中国内政，严重损害中国主权和领土完整。针对石平上述恶劣行径，中方决定即日起对其采取反制措施。指出的是，石平为了一己私利，数典忘祖，出卖良知，勾连反华势力，挑衅滋事。中方的反制措施是对石平之流的强力惩戒和严厉警示，卖祖求荣，只会自食恶果。
We are now joined by Andrew K.P. Liang, who is a China strategist, to discuss this further. He joins us live from Hong Kong. Andrew, thank you very much for joining us. Andrew, China frequently comes under scrutiny for its censorship laws. This man, Seki Hei, has been condemned and has had sanctions imposed upon him, some would say, for speaking out against the Chinese government. What's your analysis of this? Andrew, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. I don't know what's happening.
I was wondering, what is your analysis of China imposing sanctions on this critic of the CCP and China and many of its policy issues, and the fact that China does face much criticism for its stance on censorship, and I just wanted to get your analysis on this situation.
Well, this particular politician has been a very severe critic of the Chinese Communist Party throughout his political career, which spans decades. And he's campaigning on behalf of an anti-Beijing political party, because don't forget there is a change of the Japanese government. The current prime minister has resigned. And there will be a general election in the horizon, even though it's still a couple of years away. But he's now campaigning on behalf of this anti-Beijing party, and the same kind of rhetoric about the Diaoyu Islands, about what's happening in Xinjiang and so on, is using these old chestnuts to further his own political profile. Obviously, these are all red lines for China. Plus the fact that he's rubbing salt into the wounds of the Japanese and Chinese kind of relations as a result of the Japanese invasion and also atrocities committed in China, for which Japan has never apologized, unlike what happened to Germany after the Second World War. The previous German Chancellor, Willy Brandt, knelt down in public short after the end of the war and apologized what Nazi Germany did during the war. But then Japan has never apologized at all to anyone, to any nation, not to China, not to the international community. But this particular individual is rubbing salt into the wounds by treading on China's red lines about the sovereignty over Taiwan, the democratic development in Hong Kong, and also Xinjiang, all the red button issues. And as I said, he's campaigning for this anti-Beijing political party in Japan in preparation for a general election. So this is no surprise. But of course, he is not worried about the sanctions because, according to him, he has got no assets in China.
Yes, Andrew, thank you very much for your insight on that topic. Do stay with us. We move over to South Asia next.